Today I thought I would take you through my morning routine. Just a little bit of stretching, even just finding some things to be grateful for. Louise Hay says to thank your bed when you wake up. Thank you so much for giving me this good night's sleep and all that. And that I can get up in the morning, that I woke up. Right? So these things matter a ton if you can't get in a whole hour yoga practice or 2 hours of meditation. Instead of throwing out the whole thing and not doing any of it, anything helps. So let's get started and I'll show you my morning ritual. All right, let's go. First, coffee. Always coffee. Nice warm cup. I like to go out onto my balcony and just take in the morning, have a little bit of fresh air if it's not too cold. Sometimes I go out there if it's cold too. And just take in the trees, the birds, get a little caffeine. I like to start with a little yoga. You're welcome to join me in, or you can skip ahead to the meditation if you like. If you'd like to practice with me, just find your feet rooted into the earth, into the ground. Relax your shoulders down your back. Find prayer pose with your hands. And set an intention for your day. Breathe nice and deeply. Yoga is a moving meditation. Inhale your arms up, palms pressed together overhead, and exhale, arms come out wide, forward fold. Let your head hang. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step back, top of a push-up plank pose. Pull the belly in, press the heels back. Look down a few inches in front of your fingertips and exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale for a cobra or come all the way up to upward facing dog. And there only your hands and the top of your feet will touch the mat. If that's too much on your low back, stay with cobra. Tuck your toes, hips come high up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe. You can pedal out your dog a little, bend one knee and then the other. And then drop your knees down to the mat. Knees come as wide as the mat. Big toes touch behind you. Hips come back towards your heels. Forehead comes down to the ground. Fingertips stretch out in front of you. Child's pose. Breathe. Let this be a more active child's pose by lifting your elbows up off the mat, upper outer arms round down away from your ears. Come up into a tabletop position for a moment and then into a seated position, sitting on your heels. Adjust if you need to. Then I like to just open up my heart, open up myself to the new day. Bring your hands to the small of your low back. Fingertips press down. Press the low back forward as your elbows come in together behind you. And exhale. Take a little break. Sit back down. Find some gratitude. Breathe. Inhale, come back up. Tuck your toes, hands to hips, and then this time interlace your hands behind you. Bring your interlaced hands back towards your heels, squeezing your elbows back towards each other, opening up the heart. And exhale, come back down, sit on your heels. So this just begins to open yourself up to the day. Often we're sitting at a computer or texting or driving and we're very hunched over as a society. So this just is a great way to open up, breathe a little deeper, helps relieve anxiety, depression. This time I'm reaching back towards my heels chin up towards the sky. If that's too much, you can stick with one of the other variations we just did. Come back nice and easy and sit back down on your heels. Rest for a moment. Thinking of this as a moving meditation, yoking together body, mind, and spirit. Come onto your hands and knees now, wrists right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Tuck your toes behind you or untucked. It's up to you how it feels on your knees. Inhale to reach your heart through like a sway back cow, and exhale to round like a cat. Cycle through a few of those. Cat, cow. Loosening up the spine. Sending some prana throughout the whole body. Breathing nice and deeply, inhaling and exhaling, linking breath to movement. And exhale, find your way back to child's pose. Breathe. Giving gratitude for this planet that you're flying around on. Giving gratitude for this day. For your life, for the ability to move and breathe in this way. Come back onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, hips come high up and back, downward facing dog. And then look forward and walk forward, forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift. And come all the way up to stand. You can take a little back bend at the top and hands come back to heart. Reminding yourself of all there is to be grateful for, opening yourself up to new possibilities every chance that you can get. Breathe. Rooting down through your feet. Lifting up to the crown of your head. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way over, hinge from your hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Step back, top of a push-up, plank pose. Exhale, either straight down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, chaturanga to cobra, or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between your hands, low lunge, power up the back leg. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips up for the ceiling or the sky. Pressing the palm of your hands towards one another, pinkies wrapped towards each other, opening up the triceps. Exhale, relax back down. And then I like to interlace my hands behind my back again, opening up my heart, doing that nice counter posture to being hunched over at the computer, desk, phone. Bring your hands to your hips. Now draw your left foot down to the ground. Keep your hips forward, drawing your left hip forward, right hip pulls back. Inhale, arms come up, warrior one. Take a peek at your right knee. Make sure your right knee is tracking over your right ankle. Inhale, and as you exhale, open up, warrior two. Take a peek at your feet. See that your right heel is intersecting your left arch. Your torso is nice and upright. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bend a little deeper into the right knee. Power up the back left leg. Root down through the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, draw your right arm to right thigh. Left fingertips reach up and overhead. Left palm faces down. Look up at the ceiling or the sky if it's okay on your neck. Extended side angle. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, exalted warrior. Reverse warrior. Left hand can come down the back of the leg or wrap it around the small of your back, grabbing a hold of the inner right thigh. Inhale brings you back up. Warrior two. Straighten the right leg, maybe shorten your stance a bit. Reach, reach, reach until you can't reach anymore for triangle. Trikonasana. Breathe. Root down through your heels, straight knees without hyperextending. Inhale brings you back up. Turn your feet so they're parallel. Little pigeon toe, toes in, heels out. Root down through the outer edges of your feet. Interlace your hands behind you. Inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold. This is helpful to reset the nervous system and to let go of all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas that get stuck on the shoulders sometimes, the weight of the world. Relieving any stress in the shoulders. If that clasp is too much, you can release your fingertips and just let them dangle down towards the ground, or even grab a hold of opposite elbows. Inhale brings you back up. Makes you into the cousin it for a minute. If you have long hair and haven't put it up. And find warrior 2. Cartwheel yourself down. Right foot meets the left. Top of a push-up plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale brings your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Line up your knee over your ankle. Power up the back right leg. Engage your core. Inhale lifts you up as you reach your fingertips up for the sky or ceiling. Now here you want to try to pull your left hip back as your right hip pulls forward. Interlace your hands behind you if you want to get more into the shoulders here. Breathe. Bring your hands to your hips, root down through the right foot, now bringing it to the ground, keeping both hips forward, warrior 1. Arms come up overhead, shoulders relax down and away from your ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn for warrior 2. Finding that heel to arch alignment here. Left knee is tracking over your ankle. And breathe nice and deeply. Inhale, and as you exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right fingertips reach up and over your head. Your elbow is in alignment with your ear on the right side or even behind your ear. Then inhale brings you back up, exalted warrior. Your right hand can reach around to the left inner thigh or just go down the back of your leg. Exhale for Trikonasana triangle pose. I have a tendency of hyperextending, so you might notice my knee looks more bent than regular. Coming out of a couple injuries here, so making modifications. Inhale, we're finding parallel feet for our forward fold. Interlace your hands and fold on over. Again, you can relax your hands down towards the mat if you would like, or you can take the grab. Whatever feels good to you there in the forward fold. Inhale brings you back up. Warrior 2, cartwheel yourself down. Left foot meets the right plank, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Let it go. And then just drop your knees down as wide as the mat for child's pose. Anytime you can find gratitude, it's always a good practice. So here, giving thanks to the earth and all the things that it provides for you every single day. This wild adventure that you're on. And come up onto your knees into a cross-legged position for a moment. And inhale your arms up, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale your arms up, right hand to left knee, left hand behind for just a gentle twist. And then just take some laps with your torso around counterclockwise and clockwise. Just loosening up again the spine, torso. Bring your knees to touch, scoot down a little bit on your mat and lay back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze like you mean it. Lots of self-love, appreciation, gratitude. Just allowing yourself to color outside the lines here a little bit. It doesn't have to be so serious. You're just waking up, starting your day. Then I like to windshield wiper my knees sometimes, or cactus your arms, just taking a little twist. Hug your knees into your chest, interlace your hands behind your thighs, send your feet up to the sky or the ceiling. And here I could even tuck my chin if you're looking at me just a little bit more than I am now to loosen up the curvature on the back of the neck. And then coming into Shavasana, final resting pose. Get out any little wiggles and fidgets and turn your head to the right and center and left and center. And just allow yourself to surrender into the ground. Of course, this can be done any time of day as a reset. It's a great way to start your day. To set your intention. And Shavasana is a final resting pose. It can be a meditation on your death in an uplifting way, in a way that can liberate you because you are here and you have another opportunity every breath you take. Very brief Shavasana. You can always take as long as you need, but this is just our little morning warm up. So coming up into seated position, either rolling side to side or front to back until you can come up into seated. Breathing nice and deeply. Inhale your arms up into hands in prayer. Palms touch, bringing the highest, best down into the center of your forehead for clarity of thought. Your thumbs down to your mouth for kind words. Your thumbs down to the center of your chest for an open, compassionate heart. Bow to the infinite wisdom within you. Getting ready to settle in for meditation. Grab something to write with and a piece of paper or your journal. And bring into your mind's eye an issue, a problem, concern. I also like to grab my crystal from Peru and hold it in my hand. You could grab something like that, a rock, stone, gem. Anything that just energetically feels like clarity to you. And then write down the issue or concern. And there's something powerful about the act from heart to hand to paper. So actually take the time to write it down. Settling into a meditation position now. Seated with a nice tall spine. Turn your palms to face up this time. Coming into a receiving posture. To allow the answers to come. Getting into the body, getting any last little fidgets or wiggles out. Come to seated with the palms face up. Breathe. Take a deep breath in and out. Bring your hands into prayer in the center of your chest. Blink your eyes open, connecting in to who and what you are. And if the answers aren't right there for you, allow them to come to you throughout the day, trusting. Thank you for going through this little morning routine with me. Sometimes it's longer or shorter. Allow yourself to just feel good. See you next time. Namaste.